As this headline from the Tennessean announced last year, Kaiser moved its headquarters to Tennessee, and it wasn't alone in leaving the Golden State. A recent report by the Hoover Institution at Stanford University shows 153 companies moved their headquarters out of state last year, more than double the amount that left in 2020, and more than 3 times.
We have the most important stimulus check, Social Security Benefits, SSI, and SSDI. This is the most important stimulus news that I want you to know, so be sure to continue watching this video, because you don't want to miss the most important stimulus news. Everybody, here's some exciting news. Today, the fourth stimulus checks are arriving for so many people, and payments worth up to $270 are being automatically deposited this week. The federal government has also just announced 10 million people have 1 month left to claim an extra relief check. Here is some good news. There may be a $270 check from the New York State governor, and also it's going to your mailbox. State officials have told reporters that we're delivering these relief checks to hardworking New Yorkers who've been feeling the pinch of inflation. The average payment is about $270 for each recipient, which will help address rising costs associated with crisis and inflation. The checks are being automatically mailed to people who receive the Empire State Child Credit and or the Earned Income Credit on their tax returns. To be eligible, you must have filed your New York State income tax return by April or had a valid extension of time to file. The state expects most of the checks to reach taxpayers by October, and also the agency cannot provide a specific delivery date as to when people should expect to receive the stimulus money this year. However, checks are automatically deposited and issued once the returns are processed. Now, the rounds of stimulus checks have helped so many people weather the crisis, but there may be many as of 10 million people who haven't claimed their money yet. According to analysis, there are some people, about 165 million Americans, who are eligible for the stimulus checks. That's totaled around $931 billion in direct payments. And the IRS relied on these tax returns to determine eligibility and send out payments to individuals and families, relying on bank account information or home addresses before mailing the checks. But millions of Americans, such as some on the very low income adults and some seniors who receive the Social Security benefits, are not required to file taxes. That made them difficult for the IRS to reach when it was distributing stimulus checks, and so they have missed out on receiving the payments altogether. Experts say in a report that throughout the crisis, the IRS and the Treasury get inflation relief checks into the hands of people, especially those with lower incomes, limited internet access, or experiencing homelessness. This week, the IRS said it will send letters to more than 9 million families who are potentially eligible for benefits, including stimulus payments or the child tax credits, but they didn't claim them by filing a return. It noted that it will keep its free file program through November 17th, and free file allows people with incomes of $73,000 or less to file a return online for free. And here's even better news on this. There's still time for people to claim the expanded child tax credit, which was provided last year to eligible families. That credit provided as much as $3,600 to families with children under 17. Parents who didn't receive the payments last year have only until November 15th to claim them. According to CBS News, parents who have still missing child tax credits for 2021 can go to the official website to claim them.
Not forgivable and must be paid back within up to 78 months. And businesses must use the money on a specific project to help adjust to the pandemic, such as buying furniture, safety equipment, developing a website, or digital marketing campaign.
This product will be good for a lot of businesses that have a specific plan in mind for something that they need to change.
Small businesses in manufacturing and innovation, trade and logistics, defense and tourism will get priority, as will businesses in underserved areas. Sunil Gakreya, owner of Sunny Perfumes in San Ysidro.
Several states that have started or are working to approve rebate payments or inflation relief checks to taxpayers in 2022 and 2023. Gavin Newsom and state lawmakers have agreed to send millions of Californians inflation relief checks as high as $1,000. The payments, which are coming out of California's $97 billion budget surplus, will go out as direct deposits or debit cards by 2023. The Sacramento Bee reported that the first payments going out as October were for single taxpayers who earn less than $75,000 a year and couples who file jointly and make less than $150,000 a year. They will receive a $350 per taxpayer and another $350 if they have any dependents. A married couple with children therefore could receive as much as $1,000. State residents of Colorado who have filed their 2021 return by June 30th will get a check for $750 by September, while joint filers will get $1,500. Filers who receive an extension and file by the October 17th deadline will receive the refund by January 31st, 2023. The Delaware governor also signed a bill in April approving $300 stimulus checks to residents who filed their 2020 taxes. Now, if you file jointly, each person receives one of the payments, which started going out in May. The Georgia governor also signed a bill in March authorizing rebates to taxpayers who have filed their state returns for both 2020 and 2021. Single taxpayers can receive $250, with heads of households getting $375, and married couples filing jointly netting around $500. Partial year residents or individuals who owe income tax may receive a smaller rebate as well. And the Hawaii residents who earned under $100,000 in 2021 will get a $300 tax rebate this year, with dependents eligible for the rebate as well. Individuals who earn more than $100,000 and couples who earn more than $200,000 will receive $100 total. Senate Democrats look toward making a new reconciliation package, as Chuck Schumer has already submitted language to the Senate parliamentarian for a proposal to allow Medicare to influence prescription prices. The last time Democrats tried to move forward with a large reconciliation bill, it was shot down by Joe Manchin, who felt it was too costly at a time when the country was already dealing with significant inflation.
Responsible for it, and he took action against those who were responsible, and then I went on to talk more about how that dealing with any opposition to or criticism of the Saudi administration in other countries was viewed as, to me, a violation of human rights.
Sir, President, sir, two quick questions, if I may. First, we just heard from Jamal Khashoggi's wife, who said, after this visit, the blood of MBS's next victim is on your hands. What do you say to Mrs. Khashoggi?
I'm sorry she feels that way. I was straightforward back then. I was straightforward today. This is a meeting, I didn't come here to meet with the Crown Prince. I came here to meet with the GCC and 9 nations to deal with the security and the needs of the free world, and particularly the United States, and not leave a vacuum here, which was happening as it has in other parts of the world.
On gas prices, if I may, you said that we'll see relief at some point in the not too distant future. What is the message to Americans who are looking for that relief now? When should they expect to see a real change in prices, though they've already been coming down? They've already been coming down.
That's right. They've been coming down every single day, to the best of my knowledge.
When will we see the impact of this visit?
I suspect you won't see that for another couple weeks. And we'll see more when we see gas stations start to lower their price consistent with what they're paying for the oil.
Mr. President, do you regret calling the Saudis a pariah?
I don't regret anything I said.
Do you still feel that way, though, Mr. President?
I just answered your question. Do I regret it? I don't regret anything that I said. What happened to Khashoggi was outrageous.
Mr. President?
Yes.
You're coming under a lot of fire for your fist bump with the Crown Prince. I just wanted to give you a chance to respond to that. But also, how can you be sure that another incident, another murder like Jamal Khashoggi's won't happen again?
Well, God love you. What a silly question.